go. Go, buddy. This has got to be one of the coolest things I've seen here yet.
Hello, my name is Grant, and I'm trying to live forever. I lost over 300 pounds using the gastric bypass, and I've maintained that weight over the last 16 years, and I'm hoping you can do the same thing too. Today we're going to talk about bypass versus sleeve number 2. Alright, so I already did 1. So number 2, first thing we're talking about is medications. Now, with medications, there are some ways that you have to kind of do it a little different. With the sleeve, you still have, like I've said, the basic mechanics of a normal stomach. So you'll be able to digest pills. Now, I would suggest using a very simple $2 Walmart pill grinder. And if you can suspend it in a little bit of water, that makes it easier to assimilate. You're going to have to do that with the gastric bypass because that small dime-sized hole that you have that pill has to go through, it can be troublesome. They can hang. It's happened to me. It's happened to Miss Christina. So pills in a pill form, especially large caplets or gel caps, they can be troublesome. So you have to be a little bit careful. If you have the opportunity for the first 3 months to take the vitamins in liquid form and just put them in your morning shake, I would suggest that. That makes it a lot easier. That's what me and Miss Christina did. We used our B complexes and everything that we could find in liquid form we did, and it helped out a whole bunch. The bypass in the sleeve, there's also a difference in the amount of evasiveness there is with the surgery. A sleeve has become the industry standard almost because it's easily done, it's easily repeatable, and they've made their own special tools. They have the grafts and they have the tools that are made just for this procedure, and it's become repetitive. It's become about the same as an appendectomy. It's a very easy procedure for the doctors to do. Now, the gastric bypass, on the other hand, it is still a labor-intensive procedure. Very much so. You have to be a surgeon to be able to do those. Basically, it seems like with enough training, I could do a sleeve gastrectomy. They do them 6, 7, 8 a day. The same surgeon. And they have everything specialized for it, so it's not as harsh. Now, you are losing your stomach. You're losing a large portion of your stomach that is removed from the body, but just for general, it's not as evasive as the bypass. That also goes, the other hand of that is also recovery. The recovery from the bypass is longer than from the sleeve because, as I said, the mechanics of the sleeve is you're just downsizing your stomach. With a Row-Y bypass, you're rearranging your internal structure. It's going to take longer to heal. It just is. There's no way around it. That's just the way it's going to be. Food tolerances. Again, with the sleeve, it goes right back to you just have a smaller version of a stomach. And with the Row-Y, you're going to have to, by trial and error over time, figure out what you can and cannot tolerate for food and for liquids, and for caffeine, and for alcohol, and for sugar. The whole thing. It's going to be a learning experience, small steps. You're going to have to take time to find out what your internal furnace, what your system is going to tolerate and not tolerate. I don't have a good word for it. but you're going to have difficulties finding out what's your new norm. You're going to have to find out what your new normal is and live off of that. Now, I'm going to say something that might be a little bit ticklish. Okay, I don't believe that the sleeve is the best procedure long term. I believe the Roux-Y gastric bypass is the correct procedure for long term use. For long term, I think the sleeve has become the industry norm for two reasons. Easy on the doctors, and they can make a lot more money with those. Here's the reason why. I did a little studying. I've been watching this for several years. All right, a gastric bypass takes on average 3 hours to do surgically. A sleeve takes on average an hour. A gastric bypass costs on average $20,000 for the procedure. A sleeve costs $15,000. So in 1 day's time, say most doctors, if I understand this correctly, work about 4 days surgically. So if you're a doctor and you start at 6 a.m. and you go till noon because you have rounds and you have, golf course, whatever they do. So you, in a day's time, in 1 day, if you're doing Roux-Y bypasses, you're only doing 2 a day. And you're making 40 grand. That doesn't include the expenses or whatever, but you're creating an income of $40,000. You can do 6 bypasses in 6 hours and make $90,000 a day. Now, most doctors go into medicine to, yes, help people. And yes, this does help people, but they're also in it to make a living. They don't rack up $200,000, $300,000 worth of loan debt to make $15 an hour. I think the gastric sleeve is pushed by the industry because it makes numbers, and it makes big numbers. It just, food for thought. The numbers are there. So, long term, by the numbers, you're going to have a better result with a Roux-Y gastric bypass. The sleeve will work to get weight off of you. But long term, the Roux-Y gastric bypass has the better history. Just my opinion. You can fact check me on that if you want. Look it up yourself. It's very easy information to get. So, I want all of you to do well. I want all of you to succeed in this. Just take these things in advisement. Just don't ever be the lamb and just follow. Be the lion and lead. And ask questions. And get information. Because that's how you win. All right. Like, share, and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Because a great day today could mean a better day tomorrow. I'll be good.